Happening, gang. It's your boy Retro back again with another reaction video. Yeah. Today we got another huge update. You guys can probably already tell it is going down. Just by that title alone, you guys are definitely going to want to see this one. So we're witnessing things going off the rails on the set of ABC's The View, aka The Spew. We got that Sunny Hostin back at it again, barking up the wrong tree, bringing even more legal trouble onto herself in this newest update, guys. I'm excited to get into it, so we're gonna hop straight into it. So make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Before we even get into it, you guys, hit that like button and also hit that subscribe button for your boy. And without further ado, let's get straight into it, folks. Check this one out.
But wait, there's more. A man from Trump's past is not going quietly. His former White House chief strategist, Steve Bannon, remember him? He's lashing out in a new interview saying, quote, Musk is a parasitic illegal immigrant. He wants to impose his freak experiments and play act as God without any respect for the country's history, values, or traditions. That's from Bannon. So will Bannon break up the happy couple, and who's going to get the rose? Tune into The Bachelor DC edition. What do you say, girls?
I hate to say it, but I agree with Steve Bannon on this one, purely because, you know, they're cutting all these programs. They're saying they're going to cut the fat, and they have numbers. Before they ever went in, they said, we want to get $1 trillion out. That's a businessman's approach to a government. This is the public sector, not the private sector. You don't come in with numbers, and you come in, you learn, you become an expert at what everyone's doing, what their role is, who's essential. And then you say it's realistic to have this goal, and then you cut the fat. The thing that Trump's not doing, though, is he wants to keep some of the tax cuts he had originally said. And what Bannon stands for, which breaks with Elon Musk, is don't tax overtime, don't tax Social Security, give the money to the people that need it the most.
Who, Bannon says that?
Bannon stands.
Wow, that sounds like a lefty.
Why do you think I said I agree with Steve Bannon?
Spoken like a true rhino. That is the reason why these ladies are able to get on board so much with this guy, Steve Bannon, who turned his back on Donald Trump, betraying him his first administration. No wonder why these ladies are so on one accord with this guy, Steve Bannon. I mean, and they're delusional. It's once again showing the delusion. Elon Musk and Donald Trump, what they're doing is no different than what was promised on that campaign trail. I'm not sure when these ladies will get that through their head.
Who, Bannon says that?
Bannon stands.
Wow, that sounds like a lefty.
Why do you think I said I agree with
populist.
Steve Bannon? That rarely happens. But on this, I do agree with him. Trump ran on helping the people that voted him in. And what he's doing is he's in there now and he's breaking in the corporate greed area, which is I'm going to give tax breaks to people that can afford it more than anyone else. Steve Bannon says it is going to hurt for all of us. We all got into this together. You need to give the breaks to the lower and the middle class. Stop slashing and helping the top. They don't need more.
It sounds like Bernie Sanders also.
I know. This is when I Bernie out.
The problem that I have with this is that Elon Musk is an unelected official.
Right.
He is unelected. We did not vote for him. And he's created.
You didn't even vote for Donald Trump, Sonny. The person you voted for lost, so I think you guys should all sit this one out. These ladies are speaking like they're the majority, and they're the minority. The majority of the country voted for this guy that is in office right now with a cabinet that is carrying out so many things for the saving tax dollars. I mean, look at what Elon Musk is truly doing. He's making sure our tax dollars are not going to waste.
Right. He is unelected. We did not vote for him. And he's created, Elon Musk, along with the president, a government agency with no congressional oversight. Under our Constitution, that is illegal. It is just illegal, right? And so
you want to talk about illegal? Let's speak about what your husband was doing. You and your husband, the insurance fraud schemes that you guys have been running. Let's speak about illegal if you want to talk about it, Sonny.
It is illegal. It is just illegal, right?
Okay.
And so, and if you don't want to listen to me, then listen to Scalia, who is a darling of the right. In 1976, Scalia said that you cannot create this kind of agency by executive order, which is exactly what Trump did. And you can't create a government agency without, you can't have a presidential appointee head of a government agency without an officer confirmed by the Senate, by the Congress, or supervised by someone who was confirmed by Congress. So take a look at this clip because there's a congressperson from New York that gets it.
What kind of background checks or transparency into the background of Mr. Musk or the people that are working for him has been done? Mr. Stef, do you know how these people were vetted?
No.
Mr. Lodwood, do you know how they were vetted?
No.
Ms. Kochelicek, do you know how they were vetted?
We have not looked at these specific individuals.
Ms. Olson, do you know how they were vetted?
No.
Mr. Dubois, what's he doing?
I don't know what he's doing.
You don't know.
I
Okay,
think he's
Mr.
looking
Stef, do you
at.
know what he's doing?
No.
Ms. Olson?
No.
Does anybody here know what they're doing? There's a pesky thing called the United States Constitution, and it has the responsibilities of the United States Congress in the oversight and power of the purse.
He's a Republican?
He's Swazi, a Democrat from New York, who gets that there's this pesky thing called the Constitution that doesn't allow this. And so there are two lawsuits right now that are going to wind themselves up, probably to the Supreme Court.
And about to be 3 and 4 with Sunny Host and her fat defamation lawsuit that she's about to face. The way she speaks and drags folks' names absolutely through that mud. It makes no sense. These folks are not worried about who was in charge for the last 4 years. The last regime, Biden's regime, no one asked a question or batted an eye to the fact that we had no true leadership. His cabinet appointees, no one knows what they were doing as well. But as soon as it comes to Donald Trump, his administration, Elon Musk actually giving a care, getting stuff done. These ladies now, they're so angry. They're opposed to everything that's going on. It makes no sense to me. It just doesn't.
Lawsuits right now that are going to wind themselves up probably to the Supreme Court. And I think that the Supreme Court is going to side with Scalia, their God, and say, you know what, Musk?
We'll
get out.
see.
You can't
We'll
do it.
see about that.
Well,
What
we're
do
going
I
to hear
think?
later in the show from someone who sits on the committee that oversees DOGE, because there is still oversight within Congress, but there's a lot of unelected, sort of unappointed people, obviously, running the agency.
Heading it.
What's fascinating to me is I think that there's sort of this narrative that Elon Musk is the shadow president and Donald Trump is kind of taking a backseat. Actually, knowing Donald Trump, see it very differently. I think he loves that the wealthiest man on the planet is essentially an unpaid staffer for him. But where I think that this relationship could end up breaking down the road is that Donald Trump was elected on some very clear things. Bring down the cost of living, bring down the cost of groceries, secure the border. It was not gutting entire federal agencies, maybe making it harder to get your VA benefits, maybe making it harder to get your Social Security checks. And when that starts becoming more and more unpopular, Elon Musk has a much lower approval rating actually than Donald Trump does with the American public. He's going to scapegoat him, and he will kind of have the right to do that. So I think that there's this period that we're going to see in the next couple of months in this country where the effects of these broad-based slashing of the federal government, we actually feel it, because I think government's too big. I think we can shrink it. I think we can cut waste. But there are roles for government. There are things that are supposed to be there, and we don't know what is getting cut and why. Just once again.
So why are you guys so quick to freak out and think that these guys are just going willy-nilly with the axe and cutting things that are necessary for our federal government to function? You don't think they're wise enough to not cut essential roles, jobs? It just doesn't make sense to me. They're quick to panic, but won't just hear them out or just wait and watch. Wait and watch like all the rest of us. They're so quick to say, hey, we need to be in the business. We need to be in the know. No, you don't. Your candidate didn't get elected in office. So guess what? If they're not being, fully transparent with you guys, and they have been, as the crazy part, as far as what we've seen Elon Musk and the Department of Government Efficiency cut federal spending to, with the programs that they've let go. They've been so transparent, even publishing it to the DOGE website. This makes no sense to me, guys. None of them do.
There are things that are supposed to be there, and we don't know what is getting cut and why. Just once again, I feel like every day there's a new stat of something DOGE puts out that's just not true. They claimed that they ended a contract that was $8 billion to the Department of Homeland Security, from the Department of Homeland Security. Turns out it was $8 million. That's a lot of zeros of a difference, and that kind of thing matters. So there's a lack of specificity, a lack of details, and they owe it to the public, because it is going to drag down Donald Trump if suddenly basic goods and services people rely on.
And only private business and corporations cut numbers and bottom lines with no idea or care for the people involved. Government is a different place. It's the public
And
sector.
this is what this country
you know-
wanted. They wanted a businessman, even though he's a failed businessman.
massive part of the
They
country
wanted
did.
That's a great point that Sonny's bringing up, guys. This is what the country wanted, and the sooner these folks on the left, these loonies, realize they wake up to that point, the quicker they'll be able to live their life with all this stress and negativity and hate. I mean, come on now. Once again, they're like the 10% speaking to the 90% that voted for this guy, Donald Trump.
This is what this country wanted. They wanted a businessman, even though he's a failed businessman.
massive part of the
They
country
wanted a
didn't vote
business
for this,
guy.
though.
Let's
You
not
know?
forget to remind people that he bankrupted a casino, Trump. Nobody does that. Who does that?
nobody
I work,
does
we go to the casino, right, babe? Yeah.
3. Yeah, he bankrupted 3.
But you know, I was reading something about turtles. When you put turtles in an aquarium and you don't feed them for a while, they will start to eat each other.
Yo, there we have it, guys. I hate to say it, but Joy Behar is right on that last part that she made with the turtles starting to turn on and eat each other. Guess what? That's what we're seeing over there on the left. These folks just cannot get a grip or grasp at reality to truly turn around the Democratic Party that is plummeting right now, straight into the dumps. You can see their current state. They don't have any leadership. Anyone that's going to stand up, stand out, and revive their party. Right now, these ladies are hyper fixated. Donald Trump, his cabinet picks, what they are doing. And strangely enough, it's Elon Musk that everyone is so stuck on. And it doesn't make sense to me because this is one of the main points that was, highlighted or brought up on that campaign trail, that we're going to identify the waste, the fraudulent and abusive spending of our federal government, our tax dollars, where it's going, and actually be transparent with the people. So no one that voted for Donald Trump is going to be upset with Elon Musk, his cuts of what he's doing, his investigations or audits, because we all know this is what we've wanted for so long, guys. Transparency within our federal government, guys. Definitely hop in the comment section though. Let me know your thoughts. Also, make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you'd enjoy more content like this, catch you guys on the next one.